Hello and a warm welcome to the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. I am Yesi Ernest Halloween. First, the headlines. The management of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASIT, has engaged police personnel at the Balamuya border post on the current challenges to align their personnel biodata for the effective implementation of the scheme, especially in the areas of misplacement and mismatch of names.
The essence of this gentleman is for us to take the scheme to the doorstep of the people, and in the process we are able to understand what their issues are.
And in sports, the Sierra Leone basketball male side will depart the shores of Sierra Leone on Saturday, February 14th, to engage Guinea basketball national male side in an international friendly with a 30-man delegation. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The management of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASIT, has held an engagement with police personnel at the Balamuya border post on the current challenges to align their personal biodata for the effective implementation of the scheme, especially in the areas of misplacement and mismatch of names and other entries including wrong social security numbers. Abdul Rahman Kamara compiled this report read by Zainab Sunkari Kurma.
The Director General of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust, Mohamed Fouadabo, said that this engagement will mark a new dam in the history of social scheme, as he said that NASIT, through this sensitization, will be able to understand the numerous challenges that usually rear its head, such as wrong biodata, misplace of dependents' names, difficulty in accessing benefits as a result of several claimants.
Here at Balamuya today, to engage the Sierra Leone Police Force in Gambia District to sensitize them on issues relating to NASIT. NASIT, we as administrators of public fund, pension fund, we have had issues over the years with our members. So as a scheme, we decided to launch a nationwide sensitization of the Sierra Leone Police Force. So Balamuya is one of our stations which I have chosen to be part of the process today. We engaged the RSLAF, and the sensitization was commissioned by no less a person but the Minister of Defense and his deputy and also the CDS. And we engaged the military forces right across the country. We moved from the north, south, east and west, and we are satisfied with the engagement and the cooperation we receive from the military. And the essence of this gentleman is for us to take the scheme to the doorstep of the people, and in the process we are able to understand what their issues are. Yes, we have so many avenues of engaging our people. I have a very lively and active public affairs directorate which engages our membership not only on the print and electronic media, but today ICT and social media, Twitter, etc., Facebook. All of these platforms are available for us to sensitize our people. But we also believe that the traditional method of face-to-face is important. That is why we have engaged ourselves, and we are across this country. As we speak at Balamuya, we have another team in the southeast. They are also engaged with the police force. I have just chosen as Director General to join them today at Balamuya so that we can engage the police in the sensitization. By the 25th of February again, my team and I will be in Kailau to also do the same sensitization. I will continue to do this because this is the only way we will be able to understand the issues that are confronting our membership. And our responsibility is to manage the scheme. And when the contingencies will call, we are able to pay their benefits.
He stated that they intend to broaden this drive to the police and other areas. The Director General emphasized that NASIT is a statutory public trust charged with the responsibility of administering Sierra Leone's national pension scheme. The scheme, according to Mr. Dabo, provides retirement and other benefits to meet the constituency needs of workers and their dependents.
We have since I took over, my colleagues in the operations and public affairs division, we have come up with an approach which we call sectoral approach, because we believe that yes, the sectors are the same, but there are unique differences in their issues. So to answer your question, they are similar, but there are unique differences in their issues. But then with the military, I must say that it was an excellent exercise. And today, the militaries are very satisfied with what we have engaged them with and the output of that engagement. And I believe also we have the same record with the police, the same success to come up from the police. Our engagement is not just to say, what are your issues? We give you the background of what we are doing, for you to understand what the scheme is all about. And of course, we ask them, we want them to ask questions and to raise their issues. And once those issues are raised with us, on site, we'll be able to resolve them. For those who cannot resolve on site, we invite them to our locations. I mentioned to you that we are located all over this country in our regional offices. Just at the door of entry this space where we have this conference today, you saw our men giving ID cards. That's on the spot for those who have displayed their ID cards. So this is how we operate today in Nasset. We believe we will succeed. I will believe with the team we have, the sky is our limit.
The local unit commander at the Belamuya border post, Ibrahim Theophilus Zakaria Tawali, commended the management of Nasset, describing the engagement with police personnel as timely, and noted that this will help to address especially discrepancies on their personal biodata.
Yes, it's a good thing seeing Nasset team today, because in fact, more impressive, because I was the head of personnel welfare of the Sierra Leone Police, and same time the liaison officer for all insurance companies that were operating within the circle of the police. I've never seen such a thing, especially a team moves with the Director General. It has never happened during the time. So I'm very much impressed. Seeing the Director General moving, coming to engage police officers, connecting Nasset issues, because I know most of the police officers do not understand the pros and cons of the Nasset Act. So seeing the Director General coming with a team to come and make things simple for them, I think is a very big step to the right direction.
Compiled by Abdurrahman Kamara, read in the studio by Zainab Sunkari Kuruma.
The Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Trade and Industry, chaired by the Honorable Veronica Kadisise, has on Wednesday, 10 February, embarked on a sightseeing visit to some industries and factories in the east end of Freetown. Here's the report.
The Parliamentary Committee on Trade and Industry, chaired by the Honorable Veronica Kadisise, has on Wednesday, 10 February, embarked on a sightseeing oversight visit to certain industries and factories in the eastern part of Freetown. The purpose of the visit, according to the chairperson of the committee, was to ascertain how industries and factories were operating and faring on with the COVID-19. The committee's first visit was the Sierra Leone flour mill at Kleintown, where the company's CEO, Jules Dessau, briefed committee members on the ongoing transformation strives of the flour mill company, which had been out of service for many years. In his briefing, he disclosed that the company now has a conveyor belt that transports the wheat from the port to the factory, and this has reduced costs on transportation, labor, and wastage, adding that the factory is now processing 150 tons of wheat per day, and it is supporting poultry farms with animal feeds derived from wheat residue. He underscored the point that for the last 6 months, the factory is the only distributor of flour in the country, and its price is the second lowest in Africa after Egypt. Jules Dessau commended the government for the confidence reposed on them by granting them the concession of the mill so as to enable the production of flour for Sierra Leoneans and its neighboring countries. During the conducted tour of the facility, the operations manager, Gladwin Thomas, disclosed that due to the erratic electricity supply, the company has several generators that are providing electricity to the factory on a 24-hour basis. The chairperson and members of the committee commended the CEO and his partners for making flour an affordable commodity in the country, and that the committee's visitation was based on the agreement approved in Parliament, and assured the company that they will support them in the development of the country. The committee also visited the Rainbow Paints factory at Wellington Industrial Estate, and during the conducted tour of the facility, the committee was able to see how paint and other products are produced from start to finish. They also visited the MR Distilleries Limited, a producer of hard liquor, and the committee, especially the chairperson, was pleased to see a number of women being part of the factory employees. Lastly, the committee visited the King Production Beverage at Grafton. During their tour, the committee was able to see the various stages of production. In all the factories visited, the committee was impressed by the capital investment of the companies in terms of the state-of-the-art machineries in these factories, the production level, proper sanitary condition, employment, among others. The committee therefore encourages all other potential investors to emulate the efforts of these companies and promise to collaborate with them at all levels for the benefit of all. Concluding, the chairperson, Honorable Veronica Kadisise, thanks the companies for their good work and encourage them to collaborate with the constituency MP and fulfill their corporate social responsibility.
If you've just joined us, this is the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. In a bid to show his commitment towards inclusive and openness in the running of the college's administration, the principal of the Multimagai College of Education and Technology, Dr. Philip Kano, has on Wednesday, February 10th, engaged academic staff of the college, bordering on the welfare of the administration. George Elliott Sam has more.
In a bid to show his commitment towards inclusive and openness in the running of the college administration, the principal of the Multimagai College of Education and Technology, Dr. Philip John Kano, has on Wednesday, 10th February 2021, held a frank discussion meeting with members of academic staff pertinent towards the development of the institution. In a statement, the College Council Chairman, Dr. Victor Kabia, admonished academic staff members to support the principal in his developmental activities within the college, and also further that as lecturers in an academic institution should always endeavor themselves to research. In an academic institution, research plays a major role, he stated.
I am going to challenge you further because if you remember, those of you who were around when Jala assumed both teachers' college, so many things happened, colleagues. So many things happened. Some people could not withstand the shock. They passed away. Some people died before even the benefits came. What I mean is that some lecturers were demoted. So if we are happy today to say we have a university status, please take advantage of the transition period so you will not be shocked. That is my challenge. I am telling you, those of you who carry on with big airs now, senior lecturer, principal lecturer, you are going to be demoted. You don't understand. You are going to be demoted. You will not carry that title again if we go straight into the university. So whilst we are waiting for the documents to finalize, it is not going to affect you alone, it will affect us as well. Council. All the council members, they are going to dissolve council, in fact. We would have a Senate, not so? Yes. So what I am saying to you, take it as a challenge, please. And the area I am particularly interested in is the research. The principal mentioned that there is 100 million and nobody has touched that money. I throw it to you again as a challenge.
Dr. Philip John Kanu, while speaking in an interview, stated that the discussion meeting with staff members is a pathway for them to outline some of their plans for the next coming academic years. He stated that although there are so many challenges within the running of the college, but they have made so many successes with the support of His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio's government in enhancing quality and efficient learning in the institution. He also called on lecturers, students, for them to come together so that they will be able to develop the institution to an enviable position in the country.
Well, I want to thank everybody who have been part of the progress and the developmental change that is taking place in the college. The meeting today is for us to have frank talks, for us also to say thank you to His Excellency the President, who graciously increased the salary of the lecturers, of all staff, from a point that they could not even imagine, 50% increments for this year and a pending 20% increment for next year. So we decided to call the meeting because to whom is given, much is also expected of that individual. So that's why we call the staff to tell them, to update them on the new academic year that we've started, the kind of activities that we're expecting them and the commitment that we are expecting them to display, and make sure that the quality assurance this government is always talking about, that we want people to give quality education, we must be able to deliver that one. We also have the opportunity to visit the new minister, the appointed minister of our ministry. He's coming to visit us. The meeting is to prepare for his visit. The meeting is to tell them that we want these things that they've been doing, they have to do more. The contact hours with our students, the hands-on training, and everything that will make us to move to the new technical university that the government is willing to make this college to be. We are able to do that in the right way. So the meeting is actually a meeting of coming to do a stock take of what happened last year and what we are expected to be for this particular year. So that is why we have this meeting today. And we decided to also bring the chairman and the deputy chairman of council, because they are the people that supervises the running of the administration, which involves also the operations of the lecturers. We want them to tell them the position of council when it comes to classes, when it comes to doing the right thing within the college. So that is why we invited them to be part of the meeting.
Statements were made by other personalities who graced the occasion. For Star News in Freetown, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Dr. Gladstone Tucker, a specialist in internal medicine with more than 40 years of experience working in the United States of America, has said his desire to establish a hospital at Waterloo is to address health complications bordering on non-communicable diseases that is collectively responsible for almost 70% of all deaths worldwide. When he visited our studios, he spoke to Abdul Rahman Kamara in this interview on what prompted him on the initiative.
You have to always go from your experience of what you know. I'm a trained internist. I have been doing this for, as I said, for about 40 years. So I feel a bit comfortable in the management of non-communicable diseases. Now let me make one point clear. It doesn't mean we're not going to address communicable diseases, which is very prevalent here, the malarias, the typhoid. Yes, we are going to. What we are saying our emphasis is going to be in the prevention and management and management of complications from those non-communicable diseases. You know, when it comes to this, and let me specifically say diabetes, hypertension, but even coronary artery disease, which is again narrowing of the arteries that supply the heart also, you know. It takes a team, and usually I refer to the team as you, the provider, the patient, and the patient family. When the patient diabetes is not controlled, this is what I tell the patient. Either I'm not doing a good work as a physician, or you're not doing your part to do the things to be able to control your blood sugar. So let's look at the numbers and let me tell you what I'm doing. So if it is my fault, I'll make the adjustment and do the education. So you got to exercise, you got to eat well, you got to take your medications, you got to comply with your visits. That's your part. We get families involved, the food preparer, usually the spouses, the caregiver, and because they're involved in preparing the meals. The expected service delivery, we are going to be able to provide inpatient care and outpatient care. We have imaging in the form of x-rays and sonography. We do have even a portable sonograph that you can carry from room to room and do sonographic examination, ultrasound examinations. We have the capability of a bedside echocardiogram. I'm not a cardiologist, but I've learned to look for certain things that I can be able to diagnose emergently. We have we have a consultant in radiology locally who will be, he's not employed by the hospital, he will be an independent contractor that will be doing our imaging, putting our imaging report together, and also has volunteered on every Saturday to go and do our sonographies, our ultrasounds. So we are starting with 10 nurses and see how that goes in the next 3 months, in the next 90 days. 1 medical officer, a community health officer who's a mid-level, and we have a pharmacy service, we have a laboratory. We just bought a new biochemistry machine and a new hematology machine for blood counts. And we brought the autoclave machines from the States and a few other accessories. So these are some of the services. In the future, we also, additionally, we have a labor and delivery. So we'll be doing that. We've already employed a midwife and an assistant to that midwife. I'm going to be engaging the medical officers have experience in labor and delivery. They've practiced here for some time. Dr. Adrian Bobo, who has managed my clinic here in town since 2012, will be also the medical officer there who has a lot of experience. And then we'll be partnering with and talking to some of the local specialists in OBGYN to see their interest in consulting with our patients and with our physicians.
And now to round up the national news, let's turn our attention to sport. The Sierra Leone basketball male side will depart the shores of Sierra Leone on Saturday, February 13th, to engage Guinea basketball national male side in an international friendly with a 30-man delegation. Let's join Hilton John. Welcome for today's sporting news in the news hall. The Sierra Leone basketball made side will depart the chunk of the country to play an international friendly against Guinea on Saturday the 13th of February 2021. According to the head coach of the team, who is Alhaji Harun Cisse, he is optimistic that they will come out with the flying colours. This is part of their development to see how they will upgrade the standard of the discipline in the country. Here is the report by Isabella Stanley.
The Sierra Leone basketball national male side will depart the shores of the country on Saturday, February 13th to engage the Guinean basketball team in an international friendlies. This is the part of the association to showcase their talent and develop the standards of the team, despite the challenges faced at home. According to the head coach of the team, Alhaji Harun Cisse, they have selected 16 players that will be part of the team after a month of effective training at the Siaka Stevens Stadium basketball court.
Yeah, they step up with the training, and we don't prepare now for Congo. Guinea, we'll go play a friendly match on Sunday. We don't do all we best, and we're ready for go meet now and for play.
Now we get a final squad?
Yes, we get a final squad of 15.
What's your stick gonna use for assess the players then?
Well, we do trials, and we statistics what we do, and we get a technical team made up of 6 winner made head. The 5 coaches come up with the statistics, we get all Monday selection, and we get the 15 players already.
What thing you censored from the basketball players since they return back from the pandemic?
Well, it shows that most of them they do conditioning, and some of them they practice at home, so we come not to find it difficult for them get back to the game. So that make them easy for we, and now we don't get to play technical, offensive and defensive plays. We don't prepare now for the face the Guineans.
So when do you expect the team for the party alone?
On Saturday.
He further stated that despite the ordeals, he is optimistic that they will come out with a positive result at the end of the international friendlies on Sunday, February 14th in Guinea.
We don't go for go face the Guineans, nothing but we hope for win. And as I tell you the last time, then they had a pick of the game, and then just they play and we don't see them. But now we stand in that, we go play. And I can't say much now, but I don't see it in the play. Let's just wait and see the results of the camera. I'm very, very hopeful as the technical head will go out there.
You think Sona go win or get the edge?
Yes.
Over 25 players and officials will make the trip on Saturday, despite faced with financial difficulties ahead of the friendly. For Star TV Sport in Freetown, I am Isabella Stanley.
Thanks to Isabella for that report. Chelsea have qualified to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup after they succeeded one against Barnsley. Tommy Abraham scored the only goal that separated either side. Here is the highlight of the match.
Premier League points from 12, and now here come the other competitions. Tonight it is Barnsley away in the FA Cup. Help forward here for Alex Mowat, making a break from central midfield. He's done well to evade Hudson-Odoi. The flick on's dangerous. Barnsley should be in front. What a chance. Callum Britton arriving. Should score. Kepa stopped him. Massive moment 10 minutes in. Abraham trying to get the better of Helik. And in a funny sort of way he has. Billy Gilmore to Tammy Abraham. That's a lovely pass. Civic got the ball, says Martin Atkinson.
Does he get the ball? No, gets the player first.
If there was VAR, that would be a penalty, but there isn't VAR. A minute to the break. Heads on. They've gone short here, Barnsley, it's Britton again! And he's nearly scored again. Who did it touch on the way through? I think it was one of his own players. It's Daryl Dyke, who seems to be coming shortly for Barnsley. Meanwhile, Hudson-Odoi taking on Simic, and he's beaten him brilliantly. And still going, Hudson-Odoi. Well, it's a shot, it's not on target, but that was more like it. Very dynamic and forward-thinking.
Much better.
Plenty of bend on it, and it's a good chance for Tony Rudiger. Gilmore, chance to get the ball out wide to Reece James. First big chance for Chelsea, and Tammy Abraham has tucked it in. And after a lot of scares, the Blues lead at Oakwell. First shot on target brings a goal. It's another good delivery, and it's poked goalwards. It's a miraculous clearance. The goal scorer denies one at the other end. Tammy Abraham stops it being 1-1. There's the final whistle. Chelsea are into the FA Cup quarter-finals yet again. Not easy or comfortable in any way at any point, but good enough in the end to be 1-0 winners at Barnsley tonight.
Congratulations to Chelsea Football Club. They are in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, and they will be playing against Sheffield United in the next coming week. So that's all for sports for today's news. Many thanks, Hilton, for giving us that update in sport. Well, viewers, that's all we have for you in today's edition of the National News. I am Yessi Ernest Hallowell. Many thanks for watching, and do have a nice weekend.